Good afternoon, Harlem. I am Terri Wisdom, and I am your host for today. This is Harlem Network News, and as every day, it is a great day in Harlem. For those of you who are just joining, Harlem Network News is a new media platform. We started at the onset of COVID almost a year ago. We're coming on our year anniversary, and it has been an amazing, amazing journey. We are on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, we are on HarlemNetworkNews.com, and we have journeyed through the onset of COVID, through all of what has happened, the George Floyd, the Breonna Taylor, the murder of Black men and women, the March on Washington with Reverend Al Sharpton. I mean, this has really been a journey straight through the election, the insurrection, and here we are 1 year later. We thought it was very important to really speak to Harlem. And as we speak of Harlem, we consider Harlem generic. So we are speaking with our Harlem women, some of who are right here in Harlem and some that are at locations, but we consider Harlem to be really a state of mind. Today, we are also honoring Mama Rasheedah Billie Ali Seck, one of our seniors who has been doing some incredible work. And every year, this is the 17th year, she usually does an annual tea. And, this year, we're looking now to see how can we do the tea virtually. But we really wanted to honor Mama Rasheedah today. So I'm going to have our guest just say hello. I do have, I'm going to go last with Mama Rasheedah so she can speak. But I have Terri Davis here. Terri Davis, please say hello to the Harlem community and let us just briefly know who you are and whose you are. Thank you, Terri.
Greetings, Harlem community.
Hi, Terri.
Hi. It's an honor and pleasure to be here. And it's just an example of us doing what we do. We press on, we press forward. We've been doing that ever since they brought us over here, and we're going to keep doing that, pressing forward. And just, even though they're trying so many ways to take us out, we all rise to the occasion. And I just would like to share that I've been home since March 24th. It's coming up on a year since I've been home. I was away singing on the cruise ships, and everything shut down in that industry. So this has been it's been a challenge for me in that way, but I'm thankful to be here, and I'm thankful to say and share that I just got over the COVID last week, and I was asymptomatic, but I had it, so I'm thankful, and I'm negative now. So God is great
all the time.
all the time.
We have Michelle Boyce that is here with us from Michigan, and that is my biological cousin. We grew up together, so I'm so honored to see her and hear her. Michelle, would you, and Mickey, would you just introduce yourself to Harlem, which Harlem is generic, the Mecca of the world. So it's in our hearts. Michelle? I think,
Hi,
okay, go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
good afternoon, everyone. I'm Michelle Bowie. I am from Brooklyn. I will always say, when people say, where you from, I'm always be a New Yorker. I reside in Michigan, which I love, but home is home. I'm so proud that this Harlem Network has worked out. And like I'm echoing what you're saying, women doing what we do. If we can't, do it, we'll find another way.
Yeah.
We'll make our own platforms, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing. And I'm so happy to be amongst you queens for this tea this afternoon.
Okay, yes, yes, thank you. And we do have Sato Begrisha here with us, and she is the daughter of our honoree, Mama Rasheedah. Sato, would you just say a few words and let us know who you are and whose you are? Thank you.
Oh, let's see. Can you see me?
You should put the highlight on her.
And we can see the background. You were sitting in your seat. Okay, it's fine. Yes, go right ahead, Isato. Say hello. We could see you before.
Yes, hi, everybody. I'm just glad to be here.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have Reverend Rhonda Akake McLean Newer here with us. I think right now we're not able to see or hear her, but we may shortly. Okay, so Mama Rasheedah, and I'm going to spotlight Mama Rasheedah. Mama Rasheedah is our guest of honor. She does so much for our community, and we are honoring her today. She received an award from the state of New York from the Department of Aging back a few months ago. And on that award, we saw her, but she didn't really get to speak. So, Harlem Network News, we are the platform, we are the voice and the drumbeat of Harlem. So Mama Rasheedah is going to share with us today all about who she is. And Mama Rasheedah also does an annual tea, which she has done really for the past, I believe it's 17 years. And we're going to work with her to really make that tea a reality. It's mostly seniors that come, and we are all here going to toast her with tea in a little bit. I do have my teapot. We do have our cups with us. And but Mama Rasheedah, would you just speak a bit to the Harlem community and just let us know who you are and whose you are? Please share with the community. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's good to see you and good to share this time with you.
And I'm sorry, Mama Rasheedah, I'm going to interrupt you just a little bit. Isato, I think if you move a little bit further from Mama Rasheedah, we won't get the echo. Because I think you're a little bit too close to her. We're getting an echo.
Isato.
Here.
Yeah, just a little bit. We got this. We're working through all the technology and Zoom, and we're all experts now. So go right ahead, Mama Rasheedah.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna turn out.
Yeah, if you're too close, we end up to get feedback. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, is that better?
A little bit better. We're still getting a little reverb, but go ahead. We'll just try. And that hat is absolutely fabulous. So you'll have to tell us a little.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
I
Go right ahead, Mama Rasheedah.
Sato went to California,
Everything is good now.
and there they did hat making session
Okay.
as part of the wedding party,
Uh-huh.
and she made this hat for me.
Oh, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. Okay.
Thank you. I love it.
Rhonda Akanke McLean Noor has also just joined us. And thank you so much. So we were just introducing Mama Rasheedah to the Harlem community. And just share a little bit about the awards that you received, Mama Rasheedah. And just please tell us a little bit. Aw, that's her grandson-in-law. So go right ahead, Mama.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. He wanted me to talk a little bit about the activities I do here in Harlem.
Yes, please. Go right ahead, Mama Rasheedah. Thank you.
Okay. I'm most proud of number one, my family. Number two, I'm most proud of the tea, the annual tea that I give every year since 2004. And I honor at least 4 women, usually from the Harlem community. So that means that I've honored at least 40 women over a period of time. And they are usually women who have contributed something, whether it be in politics, in art or culture, in the Harlem community for the world to enjoy.
Mhm.
I'm proud of that and look forward to being able to do it next year like we always do it. I have at least 100 or so women who participate in this tea. And we dress up in our hats, just like the old folks down south used to do when they were church ladies.
Uh-huh.
We dress up in our hats and our gloves, and we come and everybody brings their own teacup, at least their own teacup, and we sip tea and have crumpets. Some kind of a little something to go with our tea. We also have a program, and on the program, we have had one Broadway person who came and sang a song for us. We had a harpist one year who played the harp, and I look forward to this every year. Also, Reverend Akanke is our minister in residence.
Okay.
She always gives the prayer and pours the libation. That's how everybody looks forward to that. And Isato is the MC in residence. She's usually the mistress of ceremonies and does the introductions and assists it generally in making the tea a success.
Okay. Okay.
I'm also a part of another group that I'm proud of, and it's a group of seniors. You have to be at least 55 in order to join.
Mhm.
And we do synchronized swimming.
Okay.
I can't dance, but I can synchronize swim. I've always loved to swim since I was a little girl, and my father used to take us to a segregated pool, which would have certain colored days when we could swim. And then when that day was the end of that day, they would drain the pool for the white kids to come the next day.
Wow.
Wow.
So a piece of history that
Where
thank
was
God
that?
we
Where was
get
that?
out.
Where were you living? Where they were draining?
In Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay. Okay. Well, we.
And and in Cincinnati, they still may be doing it.
I hear you.
They're so backward.
I hear
But
you.
I joined. My father insisted that my brother and I learn to swim, and he would take us even as far as Dayton, Ohio, when he was off from work, for us to swim in the pool up there. But when I moved to New York, after I retired, I found this group of seniors who do this synchronized swimming.
Wow.
And I've been a member of that group since the early 80s.
Wow.
And we do demonstrations all over the city and sometimes in the state. We go to the Senior Olympics every year. Until recently, we haven't been going, but we attend the Senior Olympics, and many of our seniors come back with gold medals.
Okay.
We always do the opening ceremony with our synchronized swimming. So that's another activity that I'm very, very proud of. Also, I teach arts and crafts, sometimes at the Abyssinians Center, Community Center, and sometimes at the Hansborough Recreation Center, and sometimes at the Kennedy Center, where seniors come and they do their arts and crafts. We've learned how to make dolls, and we've learned how to make quilts. We had an exhibit at a library here in Harlem of our quilts. And we've done several interesting arts and crafts, creative art things.
Okay.
So I think that's about, I've run down what I'm most interested in. Now, since the pandemic, I had to find something that I could do at home that I love. And I love to paint, specifically portraits.
Nice.
So if maybe later I can pan around my living room and show you
Beautiful.
all the different paintings that I've done during the pandemic. It keeps me busy, it keeps me occupied, and it keeps me really doing something that I love.
Okay. Well, we thank you so much. And we affectionately call her Mama Rasheedah, but her name is Rasheedah Billie Ali Seck. And
correct.
Yes, so thank you so much for sharing all that you do. You are quite an inspiration. We do have Reverend Rhonda Akanke McLean-Noor on with us today. Thank you for joining us. And Pajani of Brown Eyes Magazine has joined us. I don't know if you're going to be able to show yourself, Pajani, but welcome. But in the tradition, Reverend Rhonda, would you just pray us in and give some tribute to the ancestors, because that is always how we begin. So, you know, we got started a bit late, but we're here, we're still here. And that is the significance of it all. You know, from here we are 1 year later in this pandemic, and still we rise. Thank you. Reverend Rhonda, thank you.
Thank you, Sister Terri. Thank you, Mama Rasheedah. So beautiful to see you. And
you
Terri,
too.
Thank
yes,
you.
and you too. Thank God for you.
And also for you, because you are our iconic leading elder in the community, a mother of all of Harlem, and particularly us. So we honor you and respect you, and good to see all of the rest of you on today. If we can just take a moment to breathe and go from secular space to sacred space, which has already begun with the words from our elder. Take a moment to breathe and speak to the God of your own understanding. And if you don't believe in God, whatever you believe in as your highest power that you speak to get to your highest self, let's speak to that right now. Everybody breathe. Father God, creator, we thank you, divine source of all power, for allowing us to be here on this platform during this time where COVID has run rapid in this country and our state and every country where people are dying. We thank you for allowing us the opportunity to find new ways and resources to connect to one another in this most crucial time. We ask you to put a hedge of protection around all that are on this call. We ask you to protect and guide and keep in good health, mind, body, and spirit, our elder Mama Rasheedah, as we honor her today, all of the other elders in our community and in our company and in our families. We ask that you continue to bless Terri Wisdom and the Harlem Network News to bring us the information that we are not getting in our community. Continue to bless our community so that we can thrive and once again, and we can work together to bring about the good condition. We thank you for this opportunity of sharing and life and love. And we ask the ancestors, those who have gone before us, to be with us, through us, and around us, and to help us to know that we can do anything we set our intention to because of what we've been through in this country. Let us not forget who they are and where we came from and how we got here. Help us to have the courage and the enthusiasm and the will to move in the midst of tragedy and in the midst of oppression and in the midst of challenges that we have never seen before. Let us remember them on this day and this hour, that those who have gone before us have been through much more than we could ever imagine. Help us to guide our youth and our young people in this day and time. We thank you, Father God, and we ask all, amen, ashe.
Amen.
Ashe, Asheo. And we do thank you, Reverend Rhonda McLean Noor. We are here today as Harlem Women 1 year later, and we are still here. We are still pressing on. We know, according to our great James Baldwin, that our crown has been bought and paid for, and all we need to do is wear it. And we are still here. We are in different parts of the country, some of us, and in different parts of the state, but we are still here, and still, in the words of Maya Angelou, and still we rise. We did have, and we are honoring Mama Rasheedah Billie Ali Seck today for all of the great work that she does in the community, with our seniors, and just really intergenerationally, because Mama Rasheedah Billie Ali Seck does sit at the top of her family, and it's at the top of, I believe, 5 generations. So not only is she doing work with the seniors, with the arts and the crafts, and the group, the Honeys and the Bears, that is actually one of our senior water ballet companies, but she is doing work with, I believe, her great-great-granddaughter and great-grandson, and all of those great-grandchildren who are with her all the time. She's interacting with them as well. And Mama Rasheedah is a singer, a crafts person. You see the beautiful hat that she wears on. She does an annual tea, which happens each year here in Harlem, and it is 17 years old. So we are going, and we are drinking our tea and toasting Mama Rasheedah with our tea. continually through the program. And I don't have the lovely crumpets that we normally have in person that a lot of the seniors make, but I do have a cookie. So we're just virtually having that. And we have all committed that we are going to work with Mama Rasheedah to assure that we have a virtual tea. You know, perhaps Mama Rasheedah, we can aim for the Mother's Day time, you know, which is another celebratory time for all of us. Pajani, would you like to say hello to the Harlem Network News audience? I don't know if you can hear us. I don't know if you can show yourself. That would be great. But if you can't, you can just say hello. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Sister Terri Wisdom. Greetings to the Harlem Network News audience and panel and fellow viewers. Unfortunately, I'm not in the best space to show myself. I'm always hiding on Zoom. That's why I love Zoom, because you can hide. I'm one of those. But I'm excited to be in this space. I'm also from the media realm. I'm a publisher, and I am headquartered in Harlem. So I am very interested always about what's happening in Harlem. I'm not a native, so I'm always loving to connect with people and get the history, like the true history from those that lived it and want to impart it to us. And so I'm here to learn, I'm here to experience Harlem once again. And I wish everyone on this call just a beautiful Sunday and beyond. There's so many beautiful souls here. I'm just excited to be a part of this space.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Johnny. And we will hear a little bit more from you. Pajani and I, and also Terri Davis, we belong to an international women's collective called Grameen America. And it is set up to help women in small business develop their businesses. It gives women micro loans, and we have been with it for a couple of years. The person who started it is actually from Bangladesh, and he has received, you know, the Nobel Prize and so on and so forth. So we are here as Harlem Women 1 year later talking about our journey, but certainly we are internationally connected. So I'm going to go to Terri Davis because Terri does have a musical tribute for Mama Rasheedah. So we would love to just have that musical tribute, and then we'll go back to Mama Rasheedah and we'll go back to Terri, and we will actually talk with the women here on the program to speak about what this journey has been and how you have survived and gotten creative and reinvented yourself. So Terri Davis, are you ready, or do you need to set up, or what?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's go. So this is our wonderful songstress, Terri Davis, and we share a name and we spell our names the same way. And we have shared on many projects from a restaurant that I helped to manage, Harlem Besame, but we've just been an integral part of the community. And Terri Davis also teaches exercise to Harlem seniors. So you can plug in on that. She teaches music to young people. She's a professionally trained songstress musician. She's also a graduate of one of our HBCUs, Howard University. Yes, yes, yes. So, you know, she brings a lot to the table. So go right ahead and share, Terri, with the music, and then we'll come back to you. And we are so glad that you are well and were healed. Terri Davis, you know, suffered COVID about 10 days ago, but, you know, she's well, she's standing strong. She's gotten her negative test. So we're grateful to God. To God be the glory. So thank you.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And you know, Terri, I just want to add, that the Grameen group that we're in, Harlem is the only all Black Grameen group that we have. So we're representing, you know, for all of the groups all over the world,
Yes,
the
yes.
only one that's all Black women.
Yes.
My understanding. So that's a good thing.
That's exciting.
Yeah. All righty. So, you know, we are women, we are proud, and we are saluting ourselves as women. We are saluting our women, in particular, our Black women, you know, as we are beautiful reflections of one another. And so this song is definitely one that is appropriate for this occasion. And, you know, not only do we want to honor each other and all women, we want to honor the late, great sister, Nina Simone. So we hope you enjoy it. Let me just play here. You can hear that, right?
Yes.
Okay. My skin is black. My arms are long. My hair is woolly. My back is strong, strong enough to take the pain that's been inflicted again and again. What do they call me? My name is Aunt Sarah. My name is Aunt Sarah. My skin is yellow. My hair is long. Between two worlds, I do belong. My father was rich and white. He forced my mama late one night. What do they call me? My name is Saffronia. My name is Saffronia. My skin is brown. My hair is fine. Do my hips invite you, Daddy? My lips like wine. Whose little girl am I? Why, yours if you got some money to buy. What do they call me? My name is Sweet Thing. My name is Sweet Thing. My skin is brown and my manner is tough. Well, I'll kill the first mother I see, 'cause my life has been rough, much too rough. I'm awfully bitter these days, 'cause my ancestors, they were enslaved. What do
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so
Terri.
much.
What a tribute. What a tribute. What a tribute.
Yes.
We're going to come back to our honoree, and that is Mama Rasheedah Billie Ali Seck. And that was for you, Mama Rasheedah. That was
That is wonderful.
Thank you
That
so
was
much.
wonderful,
Thank you.
Terri.
Terri,
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Terri.
And I just want to say you are so beautiful. Yes, you are wearing that hat, my sister. And you are an inspiration to me because I want to learn how to swim.
Good. Well, you come to New York and you got it. Well, you're gonna have to wait a bit now because we can't even get in any pools.
No, I'll wait. I'll be right there though.
But soon as that over, you come and I personally will teach you.
All right. Thank you.
So
Thank you
Terri,
so much.
yes,
Terri Wisdom.
yes, I saw.
I wanted to say something. I was just saying to my mom, I want her to tell everyone what made her start doing the tea. How did the tea originate for her?
Okay.
Since we're not British.
Okay. Okay. Great suggestion, Isato. This is Isato Begrisha, who is another one of our Harlem sisters that is doing so much here in the community. And she is the daughter of our incredible Mama Rasheedah that we are honoring today. So the question is, I'm Terri Wisdom, and this is Harlem Network News, and we are here with Harlem Women 1 year later after the pandemic, and we are just so grateful to be together. Mama Rasheedah does an annual tea, and she's been doing it for the past 17 years. And this year, to date, she has not been able to get the tea together, but we have committed as Harlem Women to support her in making the tea a virtual reality this year. The tea usually services 100 women, and it is primarily 100 senior women. So Harlem Network News and the sisters that are on here, we are making a commitment to make sure that the tea happens this year.
Wonderful.
And maybe we can aim for around the time of Mother's Day.
Yeah.
A very significant time.
Wonderful. That would be wonderful.
So we're all committed that we're going to make that happen. And I know that some of the political, and as you can see, we're all drinking our tea.
Yes.
You, Mama Rasheedah. And this teacup is very significant. This was part of a set, and it's China. But my mother, who, if she was alive right now, would be 94, but she was very modernistic. So this is real China, but this is—
Oh, how beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Yeah.
Terri, do you have the pot to go with it?
I have a pot. I do have the saucer, and I have my tea. I don't have the pot to match, but I do have my teapot.
All right. Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So the question was, which was raised by your incredible daughter, my friend, my sister, Isato Begrisha. We're not British. How did the tea begin? Black women.
All right.
Why did you begin the tea? Thank you.
Okay, I can tell you it because it's quite vivid in my mind.
Okay.
I belonged to a church in Cincinnati where my grandmother and grandfather, in fact, my great-grandmother had her name up on the stained glass window. We'd been there for so many years. But anyway, my grandmother and grandfather used to bundle me up when I was a baby and take me to Sunday school because my grandmother was a Sunday school teacher. She belonged to a club called the Friendly Women's Club.
Okay.
And the Friendly Women gave a tea every year. Now, when you talk about tea, we're talking about a real tea.
Okay.
They had silver urns,
Okay.
canopies forever, and all the ladies would come, of course, in their long white gloves and their big hats with flowers and birds and all kinds of things on the hats.
Okay.
And they would have a program, and that's where the model came for me and my teas.
Okay.
Here now, 80 some years later.
Okay, now.
I'll be 86 in October. So some 80 years, some 80 years later, I'm carrying on that tradition that I learned as a young child in Cincinnati, Ohio, with the Friendly Women's Club.
Wow. Okay. That is very significant. That is amazing. And
I'd like to just add,
yes, please, thank you.
that I came along and all those traditions still stood, and that we had dinner at my great-grandmother's house every Sunday after we went to Allen Temple AME, which I went to as well, and sat in the same pew with that stained glass window. No one sat in that pew. All it did was get filled up the more our family increased.
Okay.
And my grandmother, my great-grandmother, she was quite elderly by the time, I came along, but she would make the rounds to all the grandchildren and take us to church to be in church with her. Because our parents were young, so they might have not been as enthusiastic, but she would saw that we all got there, right?
And she would have lifesavers in her bag for when they got restless.
Right. Okay. Exactly. That was the tradition.
Okay.
And White Castle was across the street. So anyway, and I remember that. But she would have a full service dinner, soup to nuts, with all of the china in order, just like etiquette style, set up for us to have dinner after church on Sunday. And that's where we got the super lessons of don't be out of line, and drink your tea a certain way, eat your food a certain way, and pick up the right fork for the right piece of food. Okay. So that went on, for as I can remember, and I'm in my late 60s, and so the only thing that broke it was that we moved to New York, but all that happened in Cincinnati. Okay. And that tea was significant always. So
okay, well, thank you for sharing. Isato, we cannot see you, but we can hear you. And
I'm sitting right here. I'm trying to let Mom have. I'm sitting right here.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, for those of you who are just joining, this is Harlem Network, and I am Terri Wisdom. I'm your host for today, and today we are really honoring all of us as Harlem women, and we consider Harlem generic. Harlem, I feel, is the mecca of the Black community, and Harlem Network News is a voice and drumbeat of Harlem. And we are very dedicated to assuring that Harlem and the Harlems of the world are informed, and that we celebrate our Harlem heroes. Harlem Network News is on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, harlemnetworknews.com. And you can submit stories, you can support us financially. This is it takes a village. And Harlem Network News is about that village. We have some incredible women here with us today. We have Terri Davis, who has just stepped away, an incredible songstress who just sang a tribute to our honoree, Mama Rasheedah. She sang For Women by Nina Simone. We have Reverend Rhonda Akanke McLean Noor, who's on. We're not able to see her right now, but she gave a beautiful prayer and tribute to the ancestors. We had Michelle Boyce on, my cousin that came in from Detroit, though she's originally from Brooklyn. And we have Pajani here, who has Brown Eyes Magazine and many other businesses. You know, so it's a collective of women.
Did you see this?
Start with you, Mama Rasheedah. Can you tell us what your journey has been for this year in this pandemic? How have you made it through? What have been some of the high points, the low points, the challenges that you have faced, and how have you overcome all of the challenges that you face?
Well, I can begin by telling you, as I said, the tea was on March the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
They shut down New York City shortly, a couple of days after. And a couple of days after that, I got sick. My daughter had shown symptoms of the virus. And at that time, she was here with me. And a couple of days after that, I started to show symptoms of the virus. And I didn't know what to do because I have several underlying conditions which made me at high risk. A couple of times I had to call the EMS because trying to stand up, I fell. I was so weak, and EMS had to come and get me off the floor.
Oh,
and each time they asked me, did I want to go to the hospital? And I had to pray and ask the Creator to guide me as to the decision whether I should go to the hospital or not. I was very sick and very weak. After a few minutes of prayer, I made the decision, because the Creator guided me, not to go to the hospital. So I stayed here, and my daughter, who was sick also, took care of me. And I have an aide that comes every day. She came one day, and my daughter told her that she had tested positive for the virus, and I haven't seen her since. She didn't even come inside the door.
wow.
She
Yeah.
left.
I hear you. I hear you.
So it was me and Isato, both of us sick here, and Isato's trying to take care of me because there was no way I could help with her.
Mm.
So through prayer and good food,
Perseverance, herbs.
and herbs,
A lot of tea.
and a lot of tea,
Okay.
we both overcame that.
Okay.
Yes.
And
I'm grateful.
that was a some experience, because I've never been that sick in my life.
Wow.
Me either.
Okay. Okay.
So
Hear you. I saw
and
you, Risha.
since that time, every day I seem to be getting stronger. I started with some physical therapy. Now I've been in a wheelchair since 2004, but through physical therapy, I'm now able to walk a few steps,
Oh,
at least to be able to get in the shower.
okay. Blessing.
So that's a big accomplishment.
Wow. We are so
And,
proud of you.
what I can say about surviving this mostly is prayer. That's
Amen.
number one. Every morning I ask the Creator to guide me and to take care of me and my family and my friends through this. Keep them well and have them to be able to do what is their destiny to do. And as far as myself is concerned, as I say, I have a home health aide who is excellent, takes excellent care of me. I have a dog, a little Shih Tzu named Charlie, and I have to take her out twice a day, so that gets me out of the house.
Beautiful, beautiful.
With a double mask on.
Okay, yes.
But we get out.
All
And
right.
between Charlie and my home health aide and prayer, I'm doing just fine. I have to mention that I keep myself busy painting. I get up at 7 in the morning, and sometimes I don't go to bed till 12 or 1 o'clock.
Wow.
And most of that time has been spent painting.
Okay.
Wow.
So
We will look to have to see your work and exhibit. For those of you who are just joining, I'm Terri Wisdom. This is Harlem Network News. And, you know, as we're all sharing the different things, that's another project we'll have to work on to help you with, Mama Rasheedah, to get it out. So continue. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Thank you.
That's just about all I have to say, except that aside from seeing my friends and going to the center every day for lunch, I've been pretty good through this. I can't say that it's just been here recently that it's starting to wear on me, because I couldn't get out for the snow and the cold weather and stuff. That kind of put a damper on my spirits. But now that the sun's out again, I'm back in it.
Okay.
So I'm good.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much for sharing. And Mama Rasheedah being one of our seniors, I'm Terri Wisdom. This is Harlem Network News. And today we are speaking with Harlem Women 1 year later. And we are celebrating Mama Rasheedah Billie Ali Seck, who is one of our amazing seniors in leadership here in Harlem. She did receive an award this year from the New York State Department of Aging. And she also does an annual tea, which usually happens in March with Women's History Month. She gave us a history of where that significance of giving the tea, which usually services about 100 women. And, you know, she works with the Honeys and Bears, a water ballet. She does arts and crafts. So Mama Rasheedah is truly an example of how to live, how to survive through this all times and through pandemics. So we thank you for sharing. Terri Davis, who just did a beautiful song tribute to Mama Rasheedah. Would you share what the journey has been for you this year and what you've done? Because when we share what other people have done or what you've done, it may help somebody in our Harlem listening audience. So thank you.
Sure, thank you. And before I start, I'd like to acknowledge my sister who just walked in from Baltimore.
Oh, beautiful.
This is Corinthia. She's another phenomenal woman.
Welcome,
Yes,
Corinthia.
and
Hello.
yes,
Welcome.
she's another Howardite. Matter of fact, she pledged me, even though I'm older than she is.
Okay.
Woo woo! I'm here. Another
tried to be-
Howardite. Yeah.
Yeah.
HNN,
Yeah, we pledged a music sorority called Sigma Alpha Iota.
Oh,
And
beautiful.
she tried to be a little rough, but we had to put her in check. But yeah, she's in town because we just did a gig yesterday at it was a Zoom performance, and it's actually still available now. Terry, I'll send you the link, but it was held at the from another phenomenal sister of Harlem. It was called the Street Corner Resources. We had
Yes.
Aisha Seku's spot.
Mhm.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Dr. John Satchmo Menon published his book of poetry.
Mhm.
And so he read beautiful poetry from his book, and he was accompanied by a phenomenal all-women band.
That's right.
And
Wow.
yes, and the book
How many were in the band?
so we had piano, bass, drums, and myself on vocals, and Chrissy here played the alto saxophone.
All
And we
right
also
now.
had a viola accompaniment. A viola accompaniment of a woman here in Harlem named Crystal Garner. She accompanied a beautiful sister who read one of his poems, and her name is Lotus. So it was just beautiful.
Oh, that sounds
women.
phenomenal. Yes.
Yes. So Chrissy played that saxophone, and we sang and had a real good time. We had Bertha Hope on piano, who's 84.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
wow.
Yeah. And we had a female bass player, Melissa Slocum, and we had a Russian woman on drums named Sasha Makolovich.
All right.
Oh,
It was a lot of fun. Bertha played her little fingers off.
that's
So yeah, just segueing into what you were asking.
yeah.
Yeah, I was really intimidated by this whole Zoom world. So I just figured, okay, well, we'll just practice and practice and practice and just be ready when everything opens up, as a performer. But we did a lot of performances in the beginning outside. And that was fun. So I performed everywhere from the corners in Harlem to Central Park to and then we started doing the African Mart about two times a month with Satchmo's band. So we didn't miss a beat. And then as it got colder, we started bringing the performances inside, and we had a home at the Harlem Heritage House, and we were doing those once and twice a month shows, and they were held on the Zoom. So that I've been able to survive with that. And then the exercise classes I teach, I used to work for a few different senior centers, but since I started doing the ships, I narrowed it down to just one center.
Can you share? I don't know.
Where is that? Where is that?
So I actually teach at Sage Center, the one in the
I
Bronx.
know where Sage with Todd.
Yes,
With
the one in the
Todd.
Bronx, and I've been there for a while now, about maybe 5-6 years now. Just teaching I used to teach jazzercise and stretch, but now it's just jazzercise, which does do stretching in the beginning and in the in its chair. It's sitting and standing movement.
Thank you.
And we stretch in the beginning and the end, and then a lot of really good music is incorporated, and we just have so I can send you that link because anyone can come on, and it's every Wednesday from 1 to 2.
Okay. Is it just for seniors or?
No, anyone. It's open to anyone now because it's over the Zoom, so anyone can just tune in and do that.
Yeah, send it to me, will you, Tom?
I sure will. I'll make sure Terry has it and she'll send it to you.
Okay.
Every Wednesday from 1 to 2. And along with that, I've been able to start back. All of my students are face-to-face with our masks on, but I teach beginner piano as well. And so one of my students is now challenging me to play better than I can play. So she wants to do these. She started out as a beginner, so I'm proud of her. Now she's giving me music that I can't even play, making me practice. So I'm happy about that.
All right, take care.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah, so that's been it. We'll have another show next month in our April, celebrating Jazz Appreciation Month.
Okay.
And I'll just keep you posted. A lot of parties, a lot of funerals. Unfortunately, I'm going to be singing for St. Philip. I'm a soloist at St. Philip's, so I'll be singing for their Easter.
St. Philip's Church here in Harlem.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll be singing for their Easter service, and my daughter's going to be joining me.
Okay.
On that, yes. And this year I'm going to be a grandmother.
Oh,
yes, my daughter
there's
is
nothing. There's nothing better unless it's a great granddaughter.
Oh wow, I can imagine. Well, my mother I'm sure will agree with you on that. My mother's a musician as well, and it's been tough not being able to see her, but we've been keeping her, and just keeping in touch with her. So I'm thankful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think, I mean, this is just amazing to hear what women are doing. 1 year later, I'm Terri Wisdom. This is Harlem Network News, and Harlem Network News is a new media platform. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitter, we're on HarlemNetworkNews.com. And we are here to assure that Harlem and the Harlems of the world are informed. We're here so that we can tell our stories. And these are stories of inspiration. These are stories of resilience. These are stories of our village, of our community. We are very grateful to newharlemcoffee.com. You can go to them and just purchase an incredible bag of coffee. They are our official sponsors. There's a beautiful picture of a Black woman that is the logo for New Harlem Coffee. The coffee is delicious. It's also available for commercial use, but they, for every bag of coffee that is purchased, it helps to keep us on the air. And of course, we're looking for any grants, funding, investors for Harlem Network News so we can continue and go to the next level. But thank you, Terri Davis, for really sharing your story. I know that you were working and singing on some of the cruise ships when COVID happened, and you have reinvented yourself and, also gone through your own health journeys and stood firm. So would you like to share any of the techniques for staying healthy? Because I know you're big on that with our community. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. And, Mama Rasheedah, I second that with the tea, because I'm a tea person. I love my teas. Every single morning, ever since I started working on the ships, I do that echinacea tea. But
Yeah.
when this thing hit me, I threw everything but the kitchen sink at it. I had elderberry syrup, I had olive oregano, and I get my elderberry syrup from a sister in Harlem, Shamanic. She has the really good elderberry syrup, and she has a really good sea moss with all of this extra things for immunity. I can forward her information too. She's
Please do. We have to share.
yeah, really phenomenal woman.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, cod liver oil, the black seed oil, and I actually went to an acupressure. I went to the Peace Health Center in Brooklyn and got acupressure, and then he gave me some natural remedies. The mullein tea, good for the respiratory system.
Yes.
Lots of vitamin C, lots of lemon, lots of zinc, and raw salads, with all kinds of stuff in it, with apple cider vinegar, with the oil, olive oil, cayenne pepper, all of that stuff, the garlic, I lost my sense of taste for a couple of days. So I said, well, I can eat all the garlic I want now. So I started putting that in it. Yeah. So God food is medicine and medicine is food. So everything we need is right here on this earth.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Turmeric, hibiscus, ginger. Ginger was really good with the lime and lemon. So, but you all know all of this.
Yeah, well, we make Harlem Network News. We are about assuring that Harlem and the Harlems of the world are informed. And here on Harlem Network News, we do not like to make assumptions. We want to inform people. We want to make sure that they have all the tenets. There were many Harlem women that were invited on today. As you know, everybody is busier than ever in this COVID time, in this virtual world. But I know that one of the doctors that did want to come on has been a regular on our show, and that is Dr. Michelle Alexander. And she was on a great program with 100 Black women, also with Dr. Ann Maitland. And one of the things that they spoke about, and I do want to just share this with our audience, is that they spoke about, of course, when you come in from the outside, about washing your hands, of course, washing your face, and, you know, shower because that steam, COVID does not like steam. And then also the other thing that was very significant is rinsing your nose with salt water. COVID cannot withstand salt water, and COVID enters through the nasal passages. So they do sell at some of the drugstores a good nasal rinse. It's not like a heavy big deal, like a neti pot or anything of that nature. It's just a spray thing. You spray it, it kind of lubricates your nose lightly, like a shower. And that is something that could potentially save your life. And of course, 1,000 milligrams of the buffered vitamin C. They spoke about the buffered vitamin C. So those are just some little simple techniques to put on top of your herbs and your tea. Reverend Rhonda McLean-Noor, would you share with us what your journey has been, excuse me, during this time?
Thank you, Terry. So much has gone on during this time. I am right now thankful and grateful that I haven't seen my oldest daughter and grandson in almost a year due to COVID because they live in a different state. And I am with them now, hence the trying to organize with my Zoom, but here I am, we're here and on it. And so I'm so thankful to see them and be with them. That's one of the things, I think that's the hardest part of the whole thing for the COVID is not being able to see family. However, I'm thankful on the other hand that we have this venue, the Zoom and the Google, whatever, Meet, whatever, that we can connect and see each other. So, you know, there's blessings in the lesson, you know.
Every lesson is a blessing. I know Queen Afua of Heal Thyself, that was a motto. Every lesson is a blessing.
That's right. That's right. And I'm thankful to get the lesson because sometimes the lesson is there for us and we don't get it.
We don't get it.
And so the COVID helped me to further recognize the importance of connecting to not just family, but to friends or who you say is your friend, who you feel is your friend, and the rest of the larger community.
Right.
In the beginning, this was all very like, oh, okay, we can't go outside, we can't do this, we can't do that. And it was a lot of can'ts and like, oh, okay, and getting used to it. Then a lot of people started having loneliness issues, and there was a lot of mental health issues amongst people. So I was getting a lot of calls trying to
not to interrupt you, but this is Harlem
okay.
Network News, and I'm Terri Wisdom. I'm your host for today, and we are speaking with Harlem Women just regarding what their journey has been 1 year later. And Reverend Rhonda McLean Akanke, Reverend Rhonda Akanke McLean-Noor is speaking, and she is a spiritual counselor and an interfaith minister. So she was speaking about just the impact on mental health during COVID. So go ahead. I didn't want to interrupt you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. It's a conversation. So anybody that has anything else to say, please chime in. But a lot of people were having like, okay, now I'm having mental, I'm lonely, I'm depressed, you know, so people started calling me and I was giving a lot of spiritual advice and, you know, kind of helping people through it. And as the time it went on, I started feeling like, okay, enough of this. I want to see my family. I want to see my friends. And I ended up producing 2 shows, one poetry show for New Federal Theater, which I'm on the board for.
Okay.
I helped produce an anniversary for the DC Black Repertory Theater Company, which I'm a part of, and several events that actually helped me to connect to people across the world in a new kind of way.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, and so we didn't miss a beat. We just weren't in person. And so trying to maneuver all of that was exciting, but at the same time, I had a lot more time to reflect. I started writing again, getting more into family and home life. We had a lot of illnesses, non-COVID related, but critical. So I was a support system for family as well, and it allowed me the time to be that and do that. I have been a major part of this show of Harlem Network News.
Yes, so grateful.
And and I'm grateful for the opportunity.
From the beginning.
And doing spiritual counseling, as well as performing myself in places and ways that I didn't have the time to do before or opportunities. So it's been a mixed bag of things, you know, and right now, and I'm starting to teach next week on Zoom. So you all pray for me, pray my strength in the Lord, and that I will have together what I need to have together.
Absolutely.
I miss seeing people like Mama Rasheedah in person. And my mother, who's in Las Vegas, she's not in Las Vegas anymore. She's in California, trying to figure out how to, am I gonna get on a plane? Am I gonna take the vaccine? Am I not gonna take? So it's been a journey, but it's been a positive journey for me. Not the illnesses, not the fact that, you know, my extended family and friends have gotten the COVID and been sick. I've lost several people to COVID, not immediate family members, but extended family and community. And so it's been devastating on another level.
Yes, absolutely.
However, I understand that, you know, birth and death are a cycle of life, and that we all must face it. And this is just giving us an opportunity to see that no matter how healthy we are, how spiritual we are, how much we take care of ourselves, anything can hit us at any moment.
That's right.
So we have to be on the trajectory for good health in our mind, bodies, and spirits. We have to pray, like Mama Rasheedah said, every day for ourselves and our families and our community.
Yes.
We have to drink water, a lot of water.
Yes.
We have to meditate on the good condition and what we want life to be. So it has been a journey, but I'm glad I'm in it and on it with my sisters. And Ayasato's not on here, but we do the Blue
Yes,
Down
I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
I'm just saying they can't see you, but
Yes, there she is. I'm next to Mom.
There you are.
All right. Okay.
So the Blue Nile Rites of Passage. I just wanted to say this, and I'm done.
Go ahead.
Okay. Is an organization that takes youth, young boys and girls of African descent through a rites of passage, and it's an African rites of passage, but it's inclusive of us being African Americans in this country. So they have historical African experience, personal growth and development, community consciousness, economics. They learn basics and skills and life skills that are going to help them and protect them as they move along into becoming women and men. And our ceremony was yesterday. And as I said, Aisato and Terri and many women and elders in the community helped to make that happen. And we had to do this whole year on Zoom. And so the young people who are having to do school on Zoom and do all their programming on Zoom, it's been very difficult for. And as if adults can't handle it, you know, with the young people. So it's taught me a lot about youth and about what the connection of another human being, how important it is. The chemical embrace and connection and touch of another human being. So,
Right.
but we did it successfully, and I'm
Yeah.
proud of that. So that was the other thing that I did. So thank you for having me on, and glad to see you all.
So much.
And my son is he is a Blue Nile son, and I have to say, Elder Simmons wrote him the best letter of recommendation, and he's at Howard University right now. So I just want to commend the Blue Nile for that. Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you, Blue Nile. Yes, yesterday was an amazing experience, and if anyone is interested in Blue Nile, the rites of passage for young men and young women, you can go to the Abyssinian Baptist Church website, and that will allow you to find out more about Blue Nile, because the next session of Blue Nile will be coming up. And so get yourself familiar with it. Aisato Begrisha, do you want to stand behind your mother? And I do want to say that Nana Malaya Rucker Opara has just joined us. I don't know if Nana Malaya is going to let us see, to be able to see her. We would love that. Nana
Hey.
Malaya, yes, coming on in from Chocolate City. Make it happen.
Yes.
So
where
Aisato,
the sun is shining.
all right now. All
and
right.
the moon's going to be up. And the stars are going to be out. You know, the natural stars. Hi, everybody.
Okay. Hey,
Hey, so-
Nana Malaya. Okay. Great.
Hello.
To see you. Wow, it's wonderful. Nana Malaya is I can't even coin the phrase, but she is a danceologist or master dancer.
Yeah.
Teaches at Howard University as well.
Oh,
Has
yeah.
brought many people in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she I don't want to say, oh, she's his mama, but her son, Ron Rucker, one of the great stars of
Yeah.
many other
I
things.
see
So
that.
mama,
Excuse me, Nana Malaya,
Hey.
mute your, hi sis, Lafayette, mute your microphone until you speak again, because it's something coming from your background.
okay.
No, not your picture.
Not the picture.
Yeah.
Stay right there. We're good. It's okay.
Yeah, Aisato's getting ready to speak, so she's gonna come back to
Okay,
you.
so you stay right where you are, Nana Malaya. It's all good. Aisato, step behind Mama Rasheedah, and if you can just share what your journey has been, who you are, and whose you are briefly.
A journey. Which journey we talking about now?
We are talking about the journey from last year to this year, and how we have survived all of the pandemics that have happened, from the medical pandemic, the racial pandemic, educational pandemic, and just survival. What has that journey been like? This is Aisato Begrisha, and just let us know who you are and whose you are. Aisato.
Okay, Aisato Begrisha. Yeah, you spotlight me, Terri. You got spotlighted on.
Yeah, you're spotlighted. Oh, it'll come up in a minute. Yeah.
Okay, so it's been an interesting journey, just a real interesting journey. It took me a while to figure out that I had COVID. I didn't even know. I just thought I was tired. And then my daughter said, I noticed that I had been laying on the couch, and I had dropped the remote from the television, and I had no desire to pick the remote up. Woo. And I had 105 fever, 100.5. And so, I figured, low fever, a little tired. And then it was my middle daughter who said, "Nah, Mom, something's wrong. You gotta do something. You gotta go get tested." And they had been talking, this was in April, and they had been talking about how hard it was to get tested, and I saw no way that could happen. And so she arranged with one of those boutique medical facilities called Forward, and they were doing the test and giving you the results pretty quickly. And so I came back positive, but they told me I'd had it for 2 weeks before that
Wow.
I was on the upswing by the time I got tested.
Wow.
So I had been immune loading with the elderberry here with my mom when they said to, kind of, hunker down, that this was coming. We started to do things. And I think that that's why we didn't get even sicker. I'm talking about have to go to the hospital sicker.
Right.
Because we started immune boosting with all the things that I knew, from Dias to, Diet Kwanzaa, Oliver, from Heal Thyself, from everything that I had ever learned about how to boost your immune system and how to take care of your, of your health. So we pretty much were on that. And, my mom gave I was with her each time EMS came. And, all I could say to her is, I can't, this is the decision you have to make. These are what the situation is. But I did say, if you go to the hospital, Mom, we're going to lose contact. I'm not going to be able to give you the teas. I won't be able to do any of these things that we're doing. You're going to be solely at the hands of somebody else. Because the hospital was locking everybody out at that time. So, like she said, prayer, I had to call up my prayer warriors and say, well, y'all help us make this decision. And so we decided to stay home, and, and the rest is history. We're both very strong now. So, but it's also given us the opportunity to be the example for others. So when other people, if someone asks, so you can't tell anybody, but if someone asks what you did, how you did it, what your outcome was, all we can do is share that.
Yes, thank you.
So, we've been able to do that. She's been able to do with her community, with the elders, and me with the mid-elders. We're not quite the elders. We're not the 80-year-old elders, but 60-year-old elders.
In Harlem, we have seniors, and we have seniors, and then we have seniors.
And junior seniors.
Yes. So we have all kind of seniors here, and we make it happen. And we're all looking good. We're all looking fabulous.
We're all doing fine. I'm riding my scooter. I'm wearing my mask.
Okay.
I'm happy to be able to mingle with my grandkids and and my great granddaughter. We had a great granddaughter which is my mother's great granddaughter. All those things she talked about. What she didn't talk about is her babysitting for the great granddaughter. Okay.
All right now. All right.
That's what I said.
This is Terri Wisdom, and this is Harlem Network News, and we're here with some incredible Harlem women, and we know that Harlem is a state of mind. So some of the people are not in New York City and are originally from New York, but it's really a state of mind and being of Black people and people of color worldwide. And we're just sharing. And I, Terri Wisdom, as Harlem Network News host, I am so grateful. COVID has made me jump back into my media, make sure that the community has informed, stretch me to the creative limits. So I am grateful for that, but I feel very empowered just listening to these incredible women, their stories, what they have done. And it really lets me know how powerful we are. It lets me know what we did during the Middle Passage. It lets me know what we did during the enslavement. It lets me know how we came together and how we got creative and how we did and how we survived. And we are having that on our, the engrams of our, genetics. So we're able to do this. And I am just empowered. Nana Malaya, would you just share with us, what has the journey been for us? And we're a little bit over time, but what we're saying is important and will inspire others. Nana Malaya, thank you. Let us know who you are.
First of all, hi, I'm Nana Malaya, Nana Enum, one who speaks in parables, sometimes called the dancing diplomat. I sometimes just say that I'm an artist, an activist, an educator, and a minister. I want to say hello to all of you fabulous women, first of all, And my dear, you look fabulous with your flower. I absolutely love it, you know.
Thank you. Thank you. I like your leopard too.
Oh, thank you. Terri, I also want to say that this is definitely a place where you are to be. Out of all your other skills, out of all the wonderful things you have contributed, I think this is a place where you need to always have as your base. And the media work that you've done prior to this and what you're doing now, I think is going to continue. And you know what I'm saying?
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
And
I
thanks for
know it,
being here. I'm glad, and
feel it.
I'm glad you're back.
All right now. I know it and I feel it, and I'm so grateful. My partner had been trying, Mr. Ruby, to get me to do this like a year ago. He said, we need a Harlem Network News. You know, he's an innovator, a thinker, and I didn't paddle quickly enough, but COVID made us have to jump in the deep water.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? And just
That's
start.
right.
And so I am ever grateful to him for giving me that nudge. And you know, that's a rough nudge, but I'm grateful for getting the nudge to do it, to do what I know I can do. And I'm grateful to COVID for just making me know that this was so vital to our community. And during this year, it's become more apparent as to how vital and necessary this was and is. So
Yeah,
thank
I think it's been a blessing in terms of Mother Nature. If you can see, I am outside. This is where I have survived for the last year. Okay. They started saying people can't go out, and I'm like, okay, I count down till spring, and you're trying to tell me spring is going to be here in 15 days or 10 days at that point. I think they shut down stuff March 15th, 10 days. I was like, oh no, Nana Malay is going to be outside. And people will say, are you staying in? Are you staying in? And I defiantly and very said, no, I'm not. And so I did a lot of walking in nature. I did a lot of, hiking. I stayed by the river. You know, I figured if I can avoid people, if that's where the challenge is, then that's not going to be my challenge. So, safe with the people that I do, minimum amount of people I came in contact with. But truthfully, getting back out into nature, walking, meditating, walking meditations, writing, journaling, all those things have been, extremely beneficial to me. And everything that everyone else spoke about, I mean, realizing that it's now up to us, meaning those of us of African descent, I don't care where on the globe we are, it's up to us to educate ourselves, to heal ourselves. And Mama, I'm so glad you and your daughter stayed home to heal yourselves, because I know that's why you're still here. Okay.
Thank
I
you.
think
I
unfortunately it would have
believe.
been a different outcome if y'all had chosen not to. And I think that's one of the strongest lessons that have come through. We got to educate our own. We got to heal our own.
Yeah.
We got to take care of our own. Excuse me, we need our own police force. From
All
the
right
FOI to how the Deacons of Defense to all the different formats that has occurred. We need to do that. I personally will never be calling the police for any challenges that I have anymore. And I'm grateful that I'm in a space that I'm right outside DC in a small little neighborhood where the police are very personalized. So it's safe. But those are just things that, we have to start establishing more and more of our own towns, our own cities. So that's been the lesson. That's been the lesson for me. I have also become I'm a new grandma. I'm a new great grandma.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a great grandma again.
Yes, for the grandmas. Oh
Twice
yeah.
in the next few months. I'm learning how to use Zoom. I'm learning how to use FaceTime. I'm learning how to use, what's the other one? Duo, so that I can see all these pretty babies, no matter where they are. And what's really funny and a wonderful testament is they all look alike. It is so funny.
Yes. Yes.
The family genes. It's like, now
Yeah.
which one is that? is that the, oh no, that's whose baby? That one, that looks just like, you know. And then we start pulling up some baby pictures of our own, and we start seeing that the gene pool is so strong that it's just, it's wonderful, the legacy that continues. So, you know, so that's a blessing. And I say with that, blessing for everyone else who may have some new life in their family. And I say, there's a proverb that said, children are God's way of saying that life should go on.
Yes.
So no matter how rough or how horrific it's been, it will only get better. Now there's going to be some challenging times still, you know, because those who lie in these
kids nowadays are so smart.
Oh yeah, they'll
ready
be
for able to handle it.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
They'll be able to handle it. They're very smart and into it.
Also, I want to mention this. This is some new information I just found out, because our children definitely come from us as a root.
Come on real quick.
And from the other roots.
Just talking about grandma.
And Keisha,
all right.
Keisha, who's the mayor of Atlanta, I just found out that she is Major Lance, the singer's daughter.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Wow.
You don't remember him?
Us old heads know who Major Lance is.
That's
right.
Do the monkey time.
That's
the monkey time.
All right.
Move your hip. That is his daughter.
Tap your back.
Keisha Lance Bottom. So I just thought that
now
really amazing, because as we look at some of the people who are doing some wonderful things, it's our children and our grandchildren.
Yes.
And whether their names are known by a great deal of people or not, they're really doing some very phenomenal things. And I know everybody's children here and grandchildren that are sharp and tough.
Yes.
And the next crew's even tougher, sharper, more skilled.
Yes.
So we just gotta keep that up. I will say this, I do want to encourage everybody to make sure you see the TV movie on HBO about Fred Hampton. It's an amazing film. It's quality. So I encourage everybody to see it, because we know when good stuff is made.
The Black Messiah, is that the title?
Yes. Yeah, that's the one. It really is great. I, like many of you, I remember when Fred Hampton was killed. It broke my heart. I remember Huey Newton being 19 years old, Kwame Ture at the same time, Stokely Carmichael. I remember all them folks and going to meetings where they were, you know? Chukwe Lumumba is in Mississippi, and he's the mayor of Jackson, Mississippi, and he's following in his father's footsteps. Wow. We know that Ras Baraka is following in his father's footsteps, Amiri Baraka. So, you know, we have some young people who are doing some fabulous things, and I think this has been highlighted during this year. Who's taking the reins and who's doing what is us.
Okay. Well, Nana Malaya came on to bring it on home. I see that I want Pajani, though we can't see you, if you would just briefly share what your journey has been. I wish we could see you, but we can't. So, and I can't spotlight you, but this is Pajani. She is a producer of Brown Eyes magazine, an online magazine, and many other things. She's an entrepreneur. She is here in the New York tri-state area, and she hails from Haiti. Pajani.
Yes, thank you so much, Miss Terri. Yeah, I think you said it all. But I also am an author, and I'm also an inventor. So I'm one of those multi-talented people, and I'm just always creating and love being in creative spaces. So thank you so much for putting this together. I've learned, and I really appreciate all the information that was shared, because I really need these little moments of encouragement and inspiration. So I give thanks.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Pajani, for sharing. And this has just been an incredible program here. I'm looking because we have so many Terrys. I'm like, what happened? Where am I? But it's Terri Davis. So
Hey, Terry, very quickly, if you have time, my sister here, Chrissy, from Baltimore, would you let her just share some of the things she's been doing in her experience?
This is
Yeah, this is a Harlemite, and she's a phenomenal woman. She's
this is how we're learning, we're sharing. This is what we do. This is what we did. This is what has gotten us to the point that we are. So thank you so much, Chrissy. Just let us know who you are and whose you are, and then we're gonna look at the little video, share the screen for Mama Rasheedah, and then we will let Mama Rasheedah say good night to the Harlem Network News guests. Thank you.
Some awesome sauce. Well, my name is Corinthia Cromwell. Everyone calls me Christy. I'm a Howard University grad as well as the NYU grad. I'm a national recording and performing artist. It's kind of played all over with lots of people. Was actually scheduled to be touring through Italy before the pandemic hit. And unfortunately that was canceled, but you know, God always has a way of providing. So during the pandemic, I had 7 members of my family that was affected by it, with one tragedy. My mom passed away from COVID.
Oh my goodness.
And it was on my birthday. So it was challenging, but I was there with her when she took her last breath, so that I was there, like God says, to honor your mother and your father. I was there for all of that. Like my dad died in 2018 from COVID. And of course, they're not telling people, but I was there for him as well. So I know that I did what I was commanded to do, which was to honor my mom and my dad.
Okay.
And so now I was here in New York for about 10 or 15 years, had to go back home and take care of my family, my grandmother, my mom and dad. And so now I'm coming back here. But my journey has been one where I've had the opportunity to do some Zoom performances, which have been absolutely amazing, meet some great people from all over the world. And one of the things that I found was awesome, I went to I have a master's degree from NYU, but I said I went to the University of YouTube and I went and learned a whole bunch of stuff since I've been home. I said I built a
she is building stuff in her house. She's building a bar. She's decorating her deck. I mean,
where do you live? Where do you live now?
I live in Parkville, Maryland, which is next to Towson. So I bought a home there.
Okay. All right.
I don't put up a fence. I power wash my deck. I built an outdoor bar. I built some steps to get into my I just been building, painting, just on everything. I go on YouTube. Look, I said them before, all of us, because I'm a single woman. All of us single ladies. I went there. I changed the faucets in my bathroom. I taught myself how to do film, because I've always been into film and music. So I taught myself how to make videos. I've been doing that. So I've been doing a lot. I've been making, money. And aside from just every day I'm on that computer search, getting grant monies and that kind of finding funding for artists and people from different fields. So because now everything has got to be new. Everything, because even once COVID is over, everything's going to be different and new.
Okay.
So we got to be ready for when that happens. So when it's over, you'll be seeing some of my films out, some of more of my movies coming out, and hopefully I'll be able to get back to. I was working with a person from Netflix and producing some music for Netflix. So
okay. Well, amazing. We are an amazing group of women.
Yes.
And we are just leading the way. We are reinventing ourselves.
You might need both of them.
I feel so strong. We're going to wind down on a 917 number. I'm not sure who it is, but we are going to wind down. I am going to share my screen. I have a little video of Mama Rasheedah. And we are then going to, and Mama Rasheedah has Charlie with her that's all dressed up. But we're going to then come back to Mama Rasheedah, who will give us a few closing words. And then we will let, between Nana Malaya and Elder Reverend Rhonda McLean Newer, pray us on out, because that's what time it is. So let me just share this wonderful video of Mama.
Oh, look, I think that was. Oh,
Okay, I'll see if I can.
oh, thank you, Terry. I love it. I love it.
So,
oh, that is wonderful. Can you send me a copy of that?
I absolutely will. I can send it by email. This is Harlem Network News. We're a bit over time, but that was an incredible video of Mama Rasheedah Billie Ali Seck, who we are honoring today. And she's done so many great things. She is the recipient of an award from New York State from the Department of Aging. She has done a tea for women, every Women's History Month for the past 17 years. She this year has survived COVID. She's done crafts. She's done everything to really keep the seniors and been intergenerational, taking care of great-grandchildren and just giving us all the greatest gift of all, which is love. And we love you back, Mama Rasheedah. We love you hard.
I couldn't love you more. I couldn't love you more.
Okay.
And I love this community. I don't want to be anyplace else. My next move will be to meet my creator.
Okay, I hear you. Harlem all day long. And we are Harlem women sharing our journey. So we'll have, I guess, a couple of brief prayers because we started in prayers. We tribute to the ancestors. And I will let Nana Malaya just say a few encouraging words of prayer. And maybe Reverend Rhonda McLean Noor's prayer out will be a poem. Not sure. But whatever it is, it is. Thank you. Nana Malaya. You're muted.
I'm gonna let it shine. This little light
of mine. I'm gonna let it
shine. This little
light
light
of mine.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine.
And I'll briefly say it is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. And when we let our light shine, we give other people permission to do the same. So let it shine, ladies. Let it shine.
I say.
I say.
All right. Okay. Reverend Rhonda, come on now.
I've been channeling Sojourner Truth this month for Women's History Month. So I'm going to offer some of her words and consider it a prayer for all of us, since we're all women on the call right now.
Just now ending the program.
In honor of Women's History Month and in honor of Mama Rasheedah.
You're down there if you want to.
Well, children, where there's so much racket, there must be something out of kilter.
I'll either meet you. I'll meet you halfway, or you know.
Now,
okay, how long do you think you'll be there?
Where there's so much out of kilter, I say twixt the women of the North and the Negroes of the South.
Okay. All right.
Can you hear me?
Mama, I stopped though. You need to mute because we can hear you on the phone.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done now.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Go ahead, Elder Reverend Akake, make it happen. We know what it is.
Twixt the women of the North and the Negroes of the South, all talking about equal rights, I think that the white men gonna be in a fix pretty soon. And you say, what is all this talking about? Now, that little man over there, he say women need to be helped in the carriages and lifted over mud puddles and given the best place everywhere. Well, I ain't never been helped in no carriages or lifted over no ditches or given no best place. And ain't I a woman? Look at me. Look at my arms. I have plowed and planted and gathered into bonds, and no man could head me. And ain't I a woman? I could eat as much and work as much as any man when I could get it, and bear the lash as well. And ain't I a woman? I bore 13 children into slavery and seen them almost all sold off on the auction block. And ain't I a woman? Now that man over there say that women can't have equal rights because Christ weren't a woman. Well, so where did your Christ come from? From God and a woman. Man didn't have nothing to do with him. Now, if my cup only hold a pint and yours hold a quart, wouldn't you be mean not to give me my little measure full? Now, if the first woman that God ever made turned the world upside down all alone, then all these women gathered here together can turn it right side up back again. And they're asking to do it, and y'all men better let them. That's all Sojourner got to say today. I'm so obliged that you gave me your time.
All right now. Okay, so on that note, thank you, Mama Rasheedah. Thank you, Terry Davis. Thank you, Reverend Rhonda McLean, Noor Akanke. Thank you, Nana Malaya. Thank you, Isato Begrisha. Thank you, Pajani, and thank you, Michelle Boyce, my cousin who came in. And thank you for all the women that were invited. We have some candidates that are running for Community Board 9, Athena Moore, who was invited, Cordell Clare, who was invited, District 7. We got Stacy Lynch. We had invited our borough president, and this is the day that they are cleaning the all the signatures. So it's a very powerful day in Harlem. All of us stay vigilant because we know how important our local elections are. I just do want to say that Nana Malaya and Akanke do belong to a storytelling collective. What is the name of it, Akanke and Malaya?
The Nubian League Folklore and Theater Company.
Yes, they are both griots and storytellers, and it's made up of across the country, and they also perform internationally. And I do want to give kudos to Forces of Nature, our great sister of Forces of Nature, Diane Harvey Salam. She is teaching a class today, so she couldn't make it, but she asked me to mention that this is indeed the 40th anniversary of Forces of Nature. So
Congratulations.
And Abdel Salam, who is now the director of Dance Africa, is preparing for Dance Africa as we speak. He took over for our honorable now ancestor, Chuck Davis. So it's a great day in Harlem, as it is every day. Thank you for staying with us. This has been an extended program. I'm Terri Wisdom. This is Harlem.
Thank you, Terri.
And, thank you.
Thank you. It's been an honor. I am so grateful. Thank you for having me.
I can feel the love like straight through the Zoom, and I feel the connection, and I am truly inspired. And we know that our children are our dividend. I was with my granddaughter today. I was on a Zoom the other night with my grandson, telling him my life story. So we got to stay connected, which we do, to our young people and bring them through this time. And I feel that Zoom is really connecting us even more, because my littlest grandson is 10. He's trying to explain to me what the games he's playing, and he was working on a math problem, trying to see if you had $100 billion, like how many was left after you subtracted 30 million. So he's rocking on that level. Trying to figure it out.
Count millions.
Billions. He's 10.
Yeah.
Counting billions. He's a Capricorn. So on that note, let us journey. Let us stay connected. Let us walk as I know our ancestors have us walking. And this is Harlem Network News, and we look forward to continuing. And please support us. If you can make donations, go to harlemnetworknews.com, buy some Harlem coffee, newharlemcoffee.com. That's our major sponsor. And I am just grateful, and I am truly inspired. And of course, Mama Rasheedah just radiates love in that beautiful hat. And we
love you, Mama Rasheedah.
I love you back.
We love you.
Yes. Okay.
Love you.
She's blowing us all out the water.
I know.
We'll sip tea again soon.
Yes, we will. And we salute you with
Thank
our
you.
tea. We toast you
Thank
with
you.
our tea.
Absolutely.
Ashe. Thank you. It's a great day in Harlem. Harlem Network News, Terri Wisdom. Thank you. Good evening.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
God bless.
Blessings.